What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today I have for you guys my most carried knives for the month of March. Before we get started, double check down below and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it, everyone. Feel free to let me know what you are carrying today down in the comments. Let's kick this video off with the OffGrid Knives Cayman XL. And this is my first experience with OffGrid Knives 14C28N. As far as I know, this is the only folder that has 14C. I could be wrong about that, but this is my first experience with their 14C, and so far, very, very good. We have a unique blade shape. It's a clip point, but it's extremely low. It is below the pivot here. We have a nice run of straight edge, little bit of belly, and then it goes into that nice pokey tip. It maintains a pretty thin profile all the way from the stock down to that edge. We have this nice harpoon look here with some jimping on the spine. There's a bunch of different handle options. They have Damascus, they have black, I think they have tan. So there's a couple different options. This is the black washed and red and black Damascus, of course. We have a deep carry recessed clip here, and the screws are recessed as well. They also tool it for lefty carry and put a filler tab. Great job. Geared G10 backspacer and some gearing on the scales here as well. We also have great access to that liner with a nice big chamfer. Drop shut action, nice and smooth, nice and clean on the action. Great detent. You can also thumb flick this guy out with the blade. No need for a cutout. Just a great all-around knife, and these come in at a great price for everything you're getting. Taiwanese made, 14C, good fit and finish, hard to beat OffGrid Knives. Next up, we have the Vodde Knives Nightshade, and this is the flipper thumbhole version with LMAX steel, baby. And this thing has found its way into my pocket quite a bit lately. I love LMAX steel. I love the brass bolster with the micarta look. We have open flow through construction, 2 standoffs, internal circular milling for weight relief. We have a deep carry recessed pocket clip here along with the screws. Not going to be able to switch that clip around, but to get the LMAX, I would take it even if I'm a lefty, but I'm not, so I don't know. We have good access to the liner there, a little bit of jimping on that liner, easy to get to. I just tightened this one up, so it's still got great drop shot action, nice little wiggle, 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 jiggle, and it will go home. But I just tightened it up, so it is a little on the tighter side, but just a great user blade shape. This kukri shilling style blade shape, nice and low, extremely low, and in your natural grip it's going to be very low. We do have a semi-crown spine here, nice and pokey. Love the Nightshade, and these are in stock. All the knives that I can have links to, I will have down in the description. Vodde, OffGrid, everything I can link will be linked down in the description, so feel free to check them out. Some of those links do help the channel out. Entirely up to you if you do use those links. Now for this month, we have price points all over the place, and we have some very affordable stuff, some middle level stuff, and some higher end stuff, some obtainable stuff, and some not so obtainable stuff. Here in the case of the SRM 255, this is very affordable, typically very obtainable as well. Just very nice, guys. Just a great profile, great drop point blade, satin finish, 10CR, nice sharpening choil. We have a brass pivot collar, nicely done G10 with a slight contour, G10 backspacer, ultra deep carry clip that will be reversible, and we have an excellent executed crossbar lock, nice strong springs, great protrusion from that crossbar lock, easy to get to, easy to access, and very easy to disengage. This is another knife that I would highly put in contention for kind of that very affordable bug out killer, if you will. You know, if you don't want to spend bug out money, but you like the bug out and the lightweightness of it, There's a lot of good options, and this is one of them. The SRM, what is it? The 255. Great little knife from SRM, and I've been very pleased with SRM's knives. So we have one coming in for fun, and if you need an absolute sword in your pocket, this is the Concept Calibri Tech. We have a massive knife here, guys, coming in at almost 10 inches. This is an S35 VN Stonewash sheepsfoot blade, and this thing is an absolute beast. Look at that blade stock. We have thumb studs, and we have a front and rear flipper tab for the deployment options. They did come out with a bunch of different variations of this knife, different handle colors, uncoated and coated, I believe, for the blade. We have brass accented hardware on this guy. We have some St. Patrick's Day studs there, if you will, a milled clip with no hardware, exposed hardware. A very clean and simple design. I love this thing. It's just a absolute beast, and it's just fun to have something like this. Is it completely practical and all of that sort of thing? Maybe not, but there are times that call for just having something fun, something that, you know, brings some joy to your day, to get in your pocket, to get out and use, and that's what this knife does for me right here. I love this. I love the blade shape, the sheepsfoot. I love how big it is, the materials, the milling in the handle is beautiful. I love the color. Just an excellent build and design from Concept. Next up, we get to one that might not be that obtainable, at least right now. There will be more of these guys, so no worries. We have the EMP EDC Auto that was made in the U.S. with MagnaCut. Just a beautiful OTF and very well executed from Axial Gear. A great design from John at EMP EDC. The Pulse USA made OTF here is outstanding. I love this deep stonewash tumble finish on this Tanto blade. Nice switch as well, easy and comfortable. You have some nice take up, and as soon as you get past that take up, it is going to close. Same in the open. Very easy to get up here. You hit a little wall, and then once you hit that wall, it will fire out. You have a matching milled titanium clip here. And the one thing about OTFs like this is they are extremely comfortable in hand just because everything is closed off. So it's going to make it extremely comfortable. Not that I've beat on this knife or carried it in nasty environments, but this is something that I've had in my pocket a lot, and it has been a true joy. It's kind of brought in autos back into my world a little bit. I'm not a huge OTF guy, but I do have some autos, and I do enjoy them. Just not real big into them, but this one has kind of reintroduced my love back into automatic knives, and the Pulse right here is a very fine auto. Next up, we have the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger Jack. Here's another one that might not be the most obtainable right now, but you can bet your bottom dollar these will be back again at some point. With this particular model, we have a hand satin S90V clip point blade. We have a fuller and front flipper for the deployment. Everything on this knife is executed perfectly, and I've said this before, I don't think there's anything quite like this on the market. You know, maybe in a slip joint, yeah, but even, you know, and if anything, it's something from Jack Wolf, but this design, the blade shape, all the execution, the only thing I could closely relate to this is something like what Pena does, and that's about it. That's the only thing I can closely, you know, get to when it comes to this knife. I think it's just such a unique design. You don't see a lot of clip points like this that look like a traditional slip joint with this gun stock pattern. And then you have all the tradition or the modern accoutrements, you know, titanium full length backspacer, which I really appreciate, titanium milled clip. We have the gold matter carbon fiber here, S90V with the hand satin, nice and slicey hollow ground blade, ultra thin down at the edge, ultra comfortable in hand. 2 fingers fit here perfectly, and then 2 back here. It's just fits like a glove, lightweight. You know, if you need a slicer, this will definitely fit the bill. This is not created to be a hard use knife. This is created to be kind of your everyday, day-to-day slicer, and that definitely hits all the marks, or this hits all the marks. Love the Gunslinger Jack. Can't give it enough praise. Next up, this is probably the most recent one, but I gotta tell you guys, this has been in my hand and in my pocket a lot since getting this knife in. We have the Ultra Premium Pony Stout, the mini version, coming from DVO Knives. We have an S90V Stonewash sheepsfoot blade. Love how mean this sheepsfoot blade looks. We have some jimping here on this upper ramp. The stonewash is beautiful. The cutout works amazing. We have titanium handles with some milling across there. Little titanium backspacer. We have a deep carry wire pocket clip. It's going to be reversible for our lefty brothers. Great access to that liner with a nice chamfer and some jimping on this guy. For as lightweight as that blade is, they dialed these things to the absolute max. It's basically a free dropper, and I love this thing. If you need a more premium, or want, it wouldn't be need, I suppose, if you want a more premium 5th pocket knife or secondary knife, if these are still available, this is definitely a high recommend from me. White Mountain Knives exclusive. Use GBALL10 for 10% off. If they're still in stock, absolutely love the DVO Premium Pony Stout. And last up, but certainly not least, we have the new Kubey Knives Wrath version 2, and I love this thing, guys. Love the blade shape. Love that it's nice and thin here, thicker up here. You still have a nice pokey tip. You have a belt satin running into a hand satin that runs back into a belt satin. Love the contrast. Came ultra sharp out of the box. Thumb studs and front flipper for the deployment option. Snappy detent. Great access to the lock bar with a chamfer and jimping. That is the trend of the future. I love the chamfer and jimping. Let me know if you feel the same way about that. We have a full titanium frame here. We have carbon fiber for the inlay material, milled titanium clip, milled tie backspacer. Just an absolute brilliant execution from Dave Warren, who is the designer and the U.S. rep for Tuya. Just an absolute great knife. And yes, I still do have this as one of my Knives of the Year candidates in that price point. Get over it, guys. I'm not saying these are your opinions. These are mine. If you don't agree, that is fine. But yes, this knife, in its given price point, is in the candidacy for Knife of the Year at this point. Okay? Does that make sense? This is my opinion that I think in the price point of the Wrath version 2, given its materials, its build, its quality, this is a candidate for Knife of the Year. I didn't say it is. I said it is part of the group that right now exists as that $200 to $300 mark. This knife is in there, no doubt about it, and I've talked with many other guys who have either bought or handled this knife, and they feel the same way. So I'm not the only one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what you think of the list. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. We release videos every single day, typically 2 videos a day. So hit that subscribe button if you like watching lots of content. Otherwise, guys, I'll throw up a couple new videos. Go check one of those out, and I will catch you on the next one.